Hi, how are you? Okay, so I think I will feel free to request to join and then we'll get started. Hey, let me increase my volume for a second.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yeah, I could see you and hear you. How are you?
Cool. Good. Good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm so excited for this live and I see a lot
Yeah.
of people joining, so yeah.
Good. Good.
Where
Good.
are
Yeah.
you
I
at?
think it's good timing.
It
Very good
is.
timing.
For sure. Where are you at?
Right now I'm in Mexico.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Wow,
Yeah.
I went there last year.
What part?
Tulum, or I went to Tulum, Playa de Carmen, all those good places. Yeah.
Cool. 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 Yeah, we're staying outside of Tulum right now. Just in the forest. Came out here because it's warm. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. So, um, wow, I want to set an intention for this live. So
Okay.
let's really quickly set an intention. So if you guys would like to close your eyes, anybody who's here, and just breathe. Okay, so awesome. Okay, so really excited. So last time I did a live, I think I got censored or for some reason, or I don't know what happened. So no censorship is allowed here, only positive vibes, and let's make sure it stays that way.
Yes. Always.
For sure. So I'm so excited about today's live, guys, because we're talking about the Age of Aquarius, right? So what you need to know, what is the Age of Aquarius? Why is everybody talking about it? Why is this such a miraculous time to be alive? And you know what to look forward to, because we literally entered a new age and this is like a beautiful age. So we left the this year, first of all, has been crazy, right? And so the Age of Aquarius is all about new beginnings and new opportunities, and things are just going to be so much better. So I would like, let's introduce ourselves first. So would you like to go first?
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, I'm Zeller or Cody. Zeller's been a nickname for a long, long time, and I am from the U.S. Mostly western side U.S., Utah, Colorado, and I'm super passionate about just self mastery and just, yeah, consistently becoming a better individual each and every day.
Mm,
That's probably the best introduction I
that's
could give.
awesome.
I mean, yeah, very excited about the new age that's here. I am very, very stoked about that. So,
Yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah, my name is Shelly. I'm 17 years old, and I same thing. I'm a truth seeker and I love to do yoga, meditation, and I love to just inspire people on Instagram. And I'm also a world traveler, so me and my family travel around the world. Right now we're in Montenegro, but I'm originally from California, so yeah.
nice, nice. I've never been to Montenegro.
Really, oh my gosh, you have to come here, but it's so beautiful. Yeah.
Noted, noted.
So let's talk about like first of all, what happened on December 21st? Like why was everybody talking about it? What actually happened and why is it so special that we're entering the age of Aquarius? Like what's up?
Yeah, so briefly, so first of all, on the 21st, what was it, Jupiter and Saturn came very, very close to each other. Closest that they've been. The last time this happened was, from my understanding, was the age of Pisces was beginning. So the last shift of ages. And what I've what I understand now is that there's about 2,160 years for every age.
Wow.
So to be born at this time, or to be alive at this time of this conjunction and this shift, you know, I want to say it's super. Um, what's the word? Can't think of the word right
Miraculous.
now, but yeah, but I know that with the way the divine works, that it's all for a reason. And so it's not just coincidence. Coincidence was the
For
word
sure.
I was looking for. Yeah. So we just made the shift. We were in the age of Pisces, which happens to be the age of lies, the age of an age of darkness, of um, yeah, a lot of negative people, but with a lot of power running the world. A small few running the whole.
For sure.
And so, with making the shift to Aquarius, Aquarius is age of truth, of enlightenment, of growth, of healing, where humans as a collective will all be on the same understanding and the knowing of what's happening, collectively choose the future they desire, that we desire.
Absolutely
So,
incredible. And we literally like shifted the entire human collective. Guys, we literally got out of the darkness. Humanity, like I just posted a video yesterday and I was saying humanity was going towards extinction, like no exaggeration. And we literally snapped out of that because enough people woke up and said no. You know, enough people, not everybody, but just enough people, you know, raised their vibrations. And I mean, it is miraculous, even though, you know, the Age of Aquarius was meant to happen in 2020 or whatever. It's still miraculous because, you know, we could have still been, you know, in the darkness. And yeah, it's kind of crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
powerful. What I'm most excited for is the growth and the realization of things that are there, but as humankind, the collective vibration or the collective frequency has been low for so long that we aren't able to see those things. So if you think about like how a snake can see an infrared, and it's just
Yeah.
a different frequency that they're able to perceive that, you know, we're not able to perceive. So I think that there's many other things, that as we increase in frequency, that we're going to be able to physically experience so many more things. And you know, I taking it day by day, of course, and always working on, you know, being coming from my heart and increasing, you know, meditating and doing the work myself. um, but I believe that, you know, angels, the reason why we can't see angels, for instance, is because they live at such a high
Higher
frequency.
dimension. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
So,
around us. They're all around us.
yeah.
It's just that we're in 3D. Doesn't mean it's bad, but if we just raise it a little more, you can feel them. Like recently, I've been, you know, just sitting and I have been sitting with my guides or whatever. We all have guides, right? And you start to feel them at some point, you know, like um, you start to feel them. And so they're all around us right now. They're assisting us through this shift because this is a massive shift and we cannot do this alone. But at the same time, they're not going to do it for us, right? So we kind of have to take responsibility of our own species. And yeah.
Yes. It's you know, you gotta want it. Like, it has been difficult, I think, for humankind to understand. We haven't been able to see the full truth because a lot of it has been hidden collectively. But behind, in, you know, everyone in the back of their head, or, you know, somewhere in their heart, or, you know, I believe it's their heart that it's coming from. Everyone's felt like there's something more, something greater, you know, since they were born, and consistently now that there's something greater. And so, and there is, and I think that there's enough people, like you said, that have realized that something greater, and we're manifesting that now.
For
So,
sure.
and there's going to probably be some challenging times for people because the old systems have to still fall away. We've been on these old systems, you know, for so long, haven't worked. I mean, clearly based off of all the famine and the challenges and the war that still goes on in the world, or that is coming to an end in this world, I should say.
Finally.
Yeah, yeah. So it's awesome, but
It's awesome.
there'll be some earthquakes and some tremors, you know.
You know
So
what's crazy? That the more the darkness starts to crumble, the louder it gets. So guys, like, be prepared for more chaos. It's not just like, oh, Age of Aquarius, we still didn't get there yet. Like, we're 90% finished, and I think we have 10% more left. And so we just got to push it all the way through, because yes, darkness still exists on this earth, but in a much smaller quantity, right? So let's finally eliminate all of that. And how do we do that? First of all, we have to stop the division, right? So the darkness always wants to create division between people, between, skin color, gender, everything. We've got to come together collectively, because we cannot do this alone. We cannot shift alone. We all have to come together and just raise our vibration. Like, global meditations are a big one, right? Why are global meditations so powerful? I did one on December 21st because when so many individuals come together for the same mission, same purpose, that is going to get us into the age of Aquarius and the age of love much faster. So
Totally. I think the best analogy I could kind of come up with for other people to understand why, like, so many people meditating at one point, it's like, in the old days, construction and people, when they had to hand cut trees down and build log cabins, they would use horses to pull these logs. And if there was a log too big for one horse, well, they attached another horse or maybe 3 horses onto this log so they could pull it. And so the idea is that with more individuals, that the power to be able to move this log, for instance, is it's 3 times, clearly, because there's 3 times the horses. So the same idea with energy and meditation, that if it's just 1 or 2 people meditating at once, it's not going to be as powerful to manifest as 100,000 or 200,000 people, right?
For sure.
And so everyone, the world, the different time zones and the way that the days work, obviously, that getting everyone aligned up is difficult because people are sleeping and when others are awake. So it's very powerful, these global meditations, because so much energy at once.
Yeah. And also, I was going to say, these meditations are incredible, but that's not enough. First of all, because those spiritual people who are like, they think they're so enlightened, but they're hiding themselves from the truth. Like, they really don't want to know the truth. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yes, the truth can be painful to hear, so I understand why you want to hide away from it, but we need to get to the darkness in order to see the light. We can't just, meditate all day and hope for the best. We've got to get into the disgusting part of the darkness to see the light. And so I think people need to, question things. Use your critical thinking skills. Like, for those of you who still think that everything's totally fine, right? So first, see what's actually coming, and turn off the TV sometimes, because like the news can drive you insane. Like, I'm trying my best to not see the news, but even if I turn it on for like 5 minutes, I already am like brainwashing myself, even if I really try not to. So just try your best to turn off the news and really investigate and do your own research and get into it, because that's the only way we could really rise to the top and really shift this entire human collective. 7 billion people is a lot of people. And it's not that every single person has to be in 5D. That's not right. We need a certain amount of people, at least 10%, to get there, so that we could carry everybody else behind us, right?
Yes. 100%. Yeah, actually, I like what you said, because I found with myself too that when I am putting that time and that energy into news, that it will affect the rest of my psyche, and that there might be something that I had seen on the news that I, am thinking about when I should be meditating. So what I found works best for me is like you said, completely getting rid of it at all. Like, no, I don't have any TV in my life.
That's incredible.
It's been a couple weeks, maybe, since I watched some Netflix. I watched Midnight Gospel on Netflix. It's a really, really good show. I recommend it. Duncan Trussell is the creator. He's super woke. Anyway, I find that my meditation is more clear, that the manifestations that I go about and how quickly I manifest, it's a lot more efficient when I'm just only focused on what's happening in my life, because the news will, like, they get paid by the amount of viewers. Well, how do they get more viewers? By sucking people in. And what sucks people in the most is creating that fear and uncertainty. And so when they show that consistent fear and uncertainty, it's people are going to want to stay glued to the screen because they perform the news in such a way that they want you to keep watching so that you can learn what's going to happen or see what's going to happen in the end. But there is no end. It's just more fear and
No end.
uncertainty. And then inside of us, it creates, when we're feeling that fear and uncertainty, we're manifesting. We're manifesting that, and we'll manifest more situations. And so by just being with ourselves, like you said, and you know, really going in deep in and finding the darkness in us and bringing that about, you know, to the light, all of our thoughts, our feelings, our self-limiting beliefs, all that stuff, we're going to, and being grateful for the process as well, we're going to manifest more of that gratitude. So we're always manifesting. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And, you know, let's talk about like the ascension symptoms because that's a big one for most people. So, for some of you who don't know what that is, like, first of all, we entered a new age and a lot of light is permeating the earth right now. The earth is literally bathing in high frequency light. And so, yes, it comes with some side effects. And, like, I don't know if you've been feeling anything or noticing anything, but since like on December 21st, I was like so tired. I was like getting like chills and like weird things all
Yeah,
over.
yesterday I was exhausted. The day before I was exhausted. Yeah, I
Oh
feel
my
that.
gosh, same, same. Yesterday there was something really powerful for sure, but I know so many people that said they felt exhausted. And you know, that's just their body um, adjusting to the light, adjusting to the high frequencies. And so we've just got to surrender because if we try to stop it, we're just going to suffer. Like if we're just trying to block the energy flowing through our body. Because what I tried to do yesterday, I tried to like block. I was like, no, maybe something's wrong with me. Like I got to go to the doctor. But no, if you just lie down and surrender, like I don't know if anybody else is feeling this, but yeah, it's okay. It's all going to be okay. We're living in the most miraculous time in human history. Yes, like there's some downsides to it, and we've just got to, you know, just breathe because
Just
it's going to
breathe.
be
Yeah.
okay. A
Breathe
lot of
deep.
people
And
might panic. Yeah, a lot of people might panic and might think that something's wrong with them. Oh, maybe it's COVID. But yeah, it's all good.
yeah, it is. And I'm pretty against like getting tested and all that. I don't feel good about it. But I will say not too long ago I got sick after traveling. So one can assume, but I don't know. I felt flu symptoms for 2 days. I downed a bunch of zinc, a bunch of vitamin C, and
That's good.
turmeric. I always take turmeric, and I felt fine after 2 days. So yeah, I mean, lots of sunshine. I always get lots of sunshine every day. So I don't know for sure. And I'm not gonna go get tested. I just don't
Yeah, me
see the
neither.
need ever. But yeah. So even if like that has been going around, and I do know people who've gotten sick, but just take care of yourself and you'll be fine. But I agree though 100% that this in you know with what's happening, you know, like just think of theoretically moving to higher dimensions and higher frequencies. There's a lot of changes, and that can have a lot of effects on the body. And I know I've had many of spiritual experiences. My most profound recently was ayahuasca in
Mhm.
February. And so it's
Oh my
almost
God.
been a year. And that took it out of me. Like that was such a profound experience. You talked earlier about just going into the dark things and just like going deep. Like I was forced to go super deep. And that's I think a good sign or not a good sign, but a symbology, like how I felt after of maybe
Wow.
what people could be going through now of that raising the frequency. It's an exhausting thing to
I've heard of
change.
ayahuasca before, and I mean, it's kind of intense because like you go so deep and like you're forced to like go so deep that like
Yeah.
I remember watching a documentary and like people go into like the darkness like and when you take ayahuasca people think oh it's just like butterflies and all that. No, like you go deep and you discover like, traumas and stuff. So yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm gonna try it when I'm older, but it sounds crazy.
The after effects are like butterflies.
Oh.
And some, you know, like like this year, I mean, I feel like a lot of people have gone through a lot of growth just because of the nature of how things have gone. But yeah, I think that's something that the why we are in a lower frequency as a humankind is from karma or from ancestral memories or even our own personal
Our
memories.
ego. I mean, not
Yeah,
necessarily, but yeah. If it's
no,
overpowered.
exactly. Spot on. Yeah, like we hold on to these thoughts and these memories, and it is exactly our ego that is trying to protect
Yeah.
us. You know,
Yeah.
um, so when we things like ayahuasca, like deep meditation, you don't need ayahuasca to experience that much,
For
growth
sure.
like that. It's like a shortcut. But when we release these things, these old memories, whether they're ancestral or whether they're from our own personal lives, um,
Yeah.
that's just one little weight that was keeping our frequency down that we now get rid of, and we get rid of it forever. So I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the best way to explain it. Ayahuasca got rid of
Yeah,
like 10
I get
pounds
it.
of ugly ego for me.
That's
So,
crazy. I know, like, you don't have to go through that. Like, for example, personally, well, I'm young, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but like, I don't know. It's not only like meditation, like 3 hours a day. You don't have to do that, but it's just like really tapping into who you are, like knowing that you came to this planet for a reason and you have been literally sent down here to do something extremely powerful. You know, every single person came here for a really powerful purpose. And so um, it's an honor that we're all here together, shifting together, you know, going through
yeah,
this big, massive shift because, you know, people thousands of years ago would have dreamed for this to happen. And so we're finally here and we're actually experiencing it. And like 2020, I'm actually really, really, really grateful for 2020.
me
Probably the
too.
most powerful
It's
year
honestly
ever.
been one of my
Even though things looked crazy. Yeah, it's honestly been the best year ever, and I'm just like really grateful to have been experiencing all of that. And now we're finally like, we did it. Like we literally won because
yeah.
5 months ago, I literally thought like it was the end of the world. Like my family was going crazy, like, oh my
Yeah, same.
God, vaccines, ah. But like we did it. So
Yeah.
just
It's
feels so
interesting.
good.
My friend had a really interesting experience, and the other night, yeah, he was just like in this deep meditative state, and he just kept saying literally what you just said. Like, we won. You guys are wondering if we're all get like everything we've ever desired, and if the world's gonna be great. Like, yeah, like we won. So it's cool. It's really cool you said that.
Yeah.
So I've had experience, and he's also been having this experience of really questioning what exactly time is.
Time. Yeah.
I read this book recently by a man named Paul Selig. He's a channeler. He channels
I
angels.
know him. I
You
have one of
do?
his books. Yeah, he's in.
Cool.
I love
He's
it.
amazing. He's amazing. I'm through like a few. I've read a few of his books, maybe like five of them. And he says in a lot of them, actually, or two different books, he mentions that time is a collective idea, and that if the only reason that we as humans age the way that we do is because we all collectively believe in
Exactly.
watches and calendars and in what we've been told since we were young in health
We
classes,
count
the
our
average age of a
birthdays.
human. Yeah.
We count our
So
birthdays. Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. So, and then counting our birthdays, like you said. Yeah. So that's another thing that I think with this shift is we'll experience a lot more timelessness because
Mm.
time really is just a 3D construct.
Time doesn't exist in 5D.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Once we raise our frequency like 5D or even 4D, a lot of the things that we just thought were our reality in 3D are gonna not really exist anymore because, time is kind of just an illusion. And
Yeah.
like this is all kind of, I remember doing like a meditation a while ago, like a week ago, and it was 15 minutes long, but it felt like 2 minutes because like
Yeah.
time right now, like especially that we're going through this massive shift, time is like flying by so fast for some reason. Like
Yeah.
everything's just like happening in like a split second. And so that's kind of like the energy frequency we're in right now. But yeah, time is very interesting. Like it does exist, but it doesn't exist. And you could use it for your benefit. Like, you know, but at the same time,
Mm.
it's kind of like, yeah, I like what you said about how I love Paul Selig, and I like how you said where, like, you know, the reason why we age is because we are keeping track of all the time and counting the time. And can you imagine if you wouldn't know when you were born? Like, you didn't even know how old you were. I guess
Yeah, right.
I wonder how old we could have, like, we can live. I mean, like, or is it the same?
I feel like it's the best life when you forget the days and when you're just living in the moment. And I find that sometimes, like, yeah, I don't know. My last birthday, I forgot that it was my birthday up until like a couple days before. But like that's just so like being present. And granted, I'm still working. I'm not like always present all the time, always conscious. I'm always working at it. But that produces a consciousness, you know, or being present in the moment produces that timelessness. All we have is this eternal moment, and the future is just an idea, and the past is just a memory. So
It's another now moment.
yeah, just another now, and that now moment is over. So here we're in another one, and
Wow.
forever. Yeah.
That's powerful, for sure. Oh my gosh. And I mean, when we're in the age of Aquarius, like, I mean, I don't know, time will still be a thing. It's not like it disappears, but it's just going to be different. Like, that's
Yeah.
what I think. It's definitely going to
I believe though. I think that we'll still, because of our time of birth, like we're here to help bring in the transition, and so you know it may be that the full effects of the transition don't come until either later in our lives or um, you know, maybe if any of us have children, like our children's lives. But even so, like we're going to experience so much change as we are already.
Wow. So I want to talk about, like, what is there to expect for in the age of Aquarius? Like, what do we really need to look forward to? Because
Yeah,
that's like the
a lot of love,
a lot of love.
a lot of love. Like there's been, and I mean, just think back. The love is all the positive. There's really out of any emotions, they only come from either love or fear. That's their stem emotions. And the last, since I can remember, you know, my parents talk about and just seeing the world events of the last 1,000, 2,000 years, a lot of war, a lot of, you know, slavery, all these things that produced all these emotions that came from fear. And so now I believe that we are able to just live from love and be in love and not have all these issues that we cause for each other as a human race. That people are going to have that mental shift where normally people have the little devil and the little angel on their shoulder telling them to do things. They're going to follow the angel a lot more than the devil. That, you know, like
That devil won't exist
1,000 or so
anymore.
years. Yeah, exactly.
For sure, that devil just won't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. And yeah, like,
so that's
it's gonna be a
exciting.
big. Can you hear me? Or because
Sorry,
sometimes
there's a lag, definitely.
Oh, okay. Um. Oh, yeah. I think your internet, your Wi-Fi is a little bit bad. Oh yeah, your Wi-Fi was a little bad. That's okay.
Better
Yeah,
now?
yeah. It's good now. It's good
Okay.
now. I don't know if it's my internet or if it's your internet or
I
whatever.
think I was running on cellular for a second, and now we're finally on Wi-Fi, so that was my
That's
fault.
funny. Yeah, so like the Age of Aquarius is going to be all about, you know, that love frequency. And the big thing about it is there's nobody that's going to literally control us. Like there's no it just won't be there anymore. Like, you know, we're just going to be free beings, and yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like everything you've always wanted is going to be in the Age of Aquarius. And I, not to say that the Age of Aquarius is like far away, like it's going to be. We're literally in the dawn of the Age of Aquarius.
Yeah,
So
we're
just
here.
now starting to feel all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
2021 is going to be an incredible year. Like probably the most exciting year of your lives, guys. And even though it doesn't
So
look
much
like it
growth.
right now, it's just, oh my gosh, that is like where the Age of Aquarius really, really begins. But now, right before, you know, 2021, we're just starting to get a little glimpse of it. And so it's a little new for us. And we're kind of like, you know, like, what's going on with our bodies? But I mean, we're just shifting into that higher. You know, we literally shifted timelines. Um,
Yeah.
and we're in a love timeline now. So there's the Age of Aquarius, which is what we're coming into now. After the Age of Aquarius is going to be this thing called the Age of Love. I'm not sure if it's the same thing, but yeah, the Age of Love is going to be even more incredible than the Age of Aquarius. And our goal is to get there in this lifetime, because the Age of Love is like 5D and higher. So hopefully we could get to the Age of Love in this lifetime. We just got to, like, um,
Manifesting.
manifest, bring people
Yeah.
together, share the truth, share the love, and just like really, like do everything we can to be that, um, like be that person with a torch, and then you got like millions of people behind you. Imagine that. And you're just like
Yeah.
leading them through. So yeah, we've just got to be that, kind of like the light workers, and like people who are helping everybody else who are taking a little longer to transition. Not everybody's perfect, and not everybody shifts into 5D in 3 seconds, right? So
Right. It's
we've
that
got
baggage, that stuff that was weights that we get to
yeah,
help people get rid of.
people have a lot of traumas, and it's hard to shift into a new frequency when you're still holding on to all of that baggage that weighs you down. And so for those of the people who already really shifted and don't have any traumas, or like almost no traumas, we've got like 2021, we're just gonna get to work. Like there's no more time for us to like think, work through our traumas, or think only about ourselves. 2021 is going to be all about us getting out there, contributing, assisting the rest of humanity, so that we could really get the Age of Aquarius rolling. Because it's going
Yeah.
to take a while if we're just you know vibing in the Age of Aquarius, but we're not helping anyone out.
Right.
So
A lot of work to be done.
for sure.
And we're only as strong as the weakest link. And so, but the great thing about that idea is like, not only do we get to help people, and like, there's a lot of work that can be associated with that, but we're in this together. So just as much as we're helping others, like help others are going to help us. And there's going to be so many things that, maybe we're a lot stronger in that, we're weaker in other things, and we can really help each other out with those strengths, And so I'm grateful that I have the house I'm living in, roommates that are just so talented, each of them in our individual things, and I just really see that for the whole world right now, that we can come together as a big
Wow.
family.
That's incredible. I know we've just got to come together, because even though we think we're so awake and we're so whatever, sometimes we still have that like dividing type of factor in us. Like, oh, I only need to hang out with like the like-minded people, and I'll just, let's vibe into the Age of Aquarius and like leave everybody behind. They'll wake up. No, we've got to take care of ourselves, of course, more than
Yeah.
ever. But at the same time, there's no time for like whining and complaining. There's no time for that. We
Right. Not at
really
all.
got to be at our best right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Spot on. Spot on. Yeah. Just keep it up with the work,
Yeah.
Meditate every day, breath work if you can,
Eating really
yoga.
healthy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All good. That's incredible that you're in Mexico. I would really want to be there right now. Is it
It's
hot?
nice. Very
Wow.
hot. Yeah. It's like 80 here,
No
85
way.
sometimes. Yeah. We got a really good place just because I think COVID and all that. This is their busy season, so still things are a lot more expensive than normal, but really, really cheap. Like the place I'm staying in, if I were to be in it in California, would probably be like 6,000 a month.
I
And
know. I
I'm
remember
not paying that.
when we went to Mexico, it was like everything is cheaper, like much
Yeah.
cheaper. We were there in the summer, but yeah, here it's rainy and it's cold, but it's nice. It's
Wait, you
still
were in
very
Tulum
nice.
this year?
2019.
2019. Okay, I
Summer
was gonna say.
2019.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say because I came a couple times this year, and
Wow.
so it would have been funny
Mexico's
if
the
you're.
place. For
Yeah.
sure. And that's a great place to like keep raising your vibrations, because there's not a lot of distractions, a lot of nature, and just a lot
So
of
much
good
nature. This is on
vibes.
my balcony right now.
Wow.
Just beautiful trees.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. Um, should we keep going, or should we end the live here? What do you think?
I like this. I like where it's at. I think we could make a whole video about
For
what we
sure.
spoke about sometime, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, this will be uploaded as an IGTV video on my
Mm,
Instagram. And if you
okay.
want, I could hopefully, if everything works out, I'm sure you know, there's not going to be any problems. But I could also send you this Instagram live so you could post it on your
Yeah.
page if you'd like.
No, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd definitely love to. Yeah, just getting the word out, definitely. You know?
Yeah,
So, yeah. I think we could call because I love where it's gone. Like I want to keep
me
it
too.
as a beautiful thing as it's been.
Thank you so, so much. And like any final words, like, I mean, yeah, we're entering the age of Aquarius and like now's the time to really, 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 really focus on ourselves. Like really
Yeah.
breathe a lot,
Yeah.
take care of your body, be gentle with yourselves, you know. Don't push yourself too much. Be gentle with yourselves. Breathe deep. And don't be very active right now because as the energies settle into our bodies and into our space, it's personally, uh, I didn't really do anything the last couple of days because, you know, the more we do things, the more anxious we start to feel because of all these energies. So just take it easy, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Less social media, except if you're watching something like this. But yeah, and I'm really excited for what's to come. And hopefully we could all meet in person at some event or something really cool. And I
We
just
will.
love you guys all so much. Thank you so much. Wait, you said, what's your
I
nick?
go Zeller's a nickname, but Cody
Okay,
is also. Yeah,
awesome.
whatever's better.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's do this again sometimes because I really enjoyed it. And
Yeah, would love that. I have and the people I'm with, I'm always with very, very like-minded people, and so
that's
be good
amazing.
to get some more on here to have them spit
For
their
sure.
thoughts.
Bring the whole team. They could be
Yeah,
next to you and we could all chat.
that'd be awesome.
Awesome.
Well, I
Thank you
love it.
so much.
Well, cool. Thank you for inviting me, and yeah, we'll chat soon.
Awesome. Chat soon. Bye
All right.
everybody. Peace.
Blessings.